Welcome back. You're here about to watch some WNXL action taking place here in Fairfield, Ohio. This is your Midwest Open. I'm Matt Falby. I'm joined by Dan Sensi as always. Dan Sensi, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
There you go. He nailed it. That's a professional.
At this point.
Yeah, you do anything. All right, we're about to watch the Heroines take on Suricatos. Heroines coming in on the day 2-0 yesterday, so they're in a good position to get the playoffs. Suricatos are 1-1. They need this a bit more. On the backside of this match, you're going to watch Femmes Fatale versus Dallas Vibe. Vibe went 2-0 yesterday, and Femmes 1-1 yesterday.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to just watch the Suricatos last match yesterday, and they had some really interesting takes on the layout. Really like what they brought to the table. Just want to see a little more togetherness from them. They look right on the cusp of winning a lot of matches.
There you go. Request for Kumbaya togetherness from Dan Sensi. All right, Heroines on your left, Suricatos on your right, and we are off.
We're at 5 alive. Suricatos already crossing. A late dive into the snake, but they do not see her.
They do not see it. Does she pick up?
Who's going to win? Right here.
There it is. She saw it first. Oh. The glory run doesn't work.
It was very close to working.
Yeah.
Half of me thinks that if she had kept going to snake 2,
might have gotten past it.
She got past it. And I think yesterday on the webcast I was advocating just keep going. Let's go all the way.
No half measures.
Commit to the bit. And Heroines are winning quickly, I believe, with all 5 players alive.
Yeah, that is a rollover for them on that one.
Yeah, so Suricatos needed that center player to produce.
So yeah, that was a big gamble. It didn't work out. Just they got unlucky on that one. I believe Miami Effect, a team that you're familiar with, actually did something similar. And your player, I'm not sure who it was, got 5 kills in the span of about 10 seconds.
Yeah, when you don't defend that move, it's very, very good.
It is a full-on neutron bomb going off on your side of the field. All right, well, easy opening point for Heroines. Suricatos swung at the fences on that one. It didn't work. We are now going to watch Femmes Fatale Dallas.
She had found a way to see that the what we call the money, the middle brick, before she saw it, but she spent so much time getting up and getting set up, and that little bit of motion just, I think, caught the corner of her eye. She's like, oh, and came in and put 3 right on her mask.
You know, kind of nice about it. It could have been much, much worse with your back turned to somebody at that distance.
But, like, hypothetically, let's say she keeps going and lays down against the beam here. She's going to get a free kill on the snake player coming through. And then she can set up and shoot everybody cross.
She could have just destroyed them.
I mean, obviously, in the moment, that's a read. But the teams that I've seen go all the way to the snake, too, I think have generally been more effective, not just at killing people, but, like, surviving longer.
Yeah. All right, Femmes on your left, Dallas on your right. Femmes into the snake off the break. It looks like Tammy Adamson going up the middle.
And bouncing the snake can off the break from Dallas Vibe. But Tammy Adamson taking out whoever.
I think that might have been Tejada going for the snake. That is a big kill if that's the case.
Yeah, because Tejada was running all over the place yesterday.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the tips of the spear there for Dallas Vibe.
So that's a really good coaching call to send Tammy to the brick on the break looking for it.
Well, you cursed Tammy right off the field with that statement.
Sorry.
She's going to take a walk.
Oops. Yeah, she lost the gunfight to the snake 3.
All right, Casey Erb here in the snake Dorito. She's looking cross, trying to stop any movement up the middle for Vibe.
We are now 4-on-4 by my count. 4 for sure for the Femmes. I can see all 4 of them. Dallas Vibe, I see a snake 3, the snake Dorito. The snake side can, and I don't. It's tough to look around all of the stuff and find the other 2 bodies.
Yeah, you got a bunch of refs.
Okay, I
and
see a center brick. The center juice box. Do we have a name for that?
Mini brick or juice box. That's fine.
So there's 3 of them, and 1 more. If I had to wager a guess, it's the Dorito side temple.
You are correct. You are correct. There it is.
Oh, there she is.
Mini brick, Dorito side temple, can on the back row towards the snake side. And I think we're seeing yep, you're right, snake 3, snake Dorito.
Oh.
Casey Erb now looking to wrap, see if she can get a gun onto.
The Femmes making a great read, getting out of the Dorito side temple into the Dorito corner. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but the pros were playing really, really slow out of that spot and just launching 10, 12 pods right on the outside of that just to prevent any movement, because you can't cut off that whole third of the field from that spot.
So I think you jinxed our field because you missed LA Collision versus PMOB playing a 14-minute point today.
I don't know. I mean,
14 minutes.
Yeah.
PMOB winning the point in the last, like, 30 seconds.
It's basically just one overtime point.
No, actually, there was a storm back by Collision. They managed to tie it up, and it went to overtime.
Okay.
PMOB won fairly convincingly. All right, Casey Erb looking cross. Really, we've entered that kind of lull middle of the game where things slow down. We're going to lose the Snake player over there for Vibe.
Snake immediately filled from the can, though. So I wonder who shot that Snake player.
There's always the possibility of any player getting a little too adventurous wrapping and getting shot from a weird angle.
And another kill.
Kill up the middle.
So Femmes Fatales, which I love their jerseys, by the way. The tan, the sky blue, and the navy. I think they look very classy.
It's a nice combo.
Like I have suits that color, like in those color combinations.
You might get sued by the Femmes.
Like
All right, after this, you're going to watch New Jersey High Rollers taking on Baltimore Nevermores, and you're going to watch Tiki's Ohana taking on Immortal Angels. I think both of us are old enough to come from a time where you got one jersey for the entire season, and now I feel like most of these teams are getting like two brand new design jerseys per event. It's a completely different world we're living in. From back in my day.
There's so many jersey companies now, and
yeah,
people want to look cool. Everybody wants to look cool and feel unique, and
the jerseys are really reasonable price these days. It's not, back in the day it was $100-something. Now it's. All right, Suricatos on your left. Heroines up by 1 point. 5 alive for Suricatos. They are into the Snake.
Heroines losing their Snake player on the break, but getting into the Snake wedge and filling the middle, matching that. So down a body, but in better spots.
Rojas nearly has her head taken off trying to poke around the edge of Snake, too. Managed to pull back just in time. She's backing up Gina Lopez there in the middle. Suricatos got to get their home break broken out. There it is.
Doesn't sound like the Suricatos know that there is a center brick right now.
Well, Gina's going to take a walk, unfortunately. I think she might have lost a gunfight with the Snake.
Well, Ye for sure knows that the brick's there.
I don't know if we talked about this yesterday. I think you have to basically operate on the assumption the brick's always hot on this field.
And this field, almost certainly. You got to do the addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
You count to 5, and if you know all the 5 bunkers and the brick isn't one of them,
right,
you know he's not there.
Yeah, it's such a dominant, easy-to-take bunker every game. There it is. Rojas makes her jump up to the wedge. She's blocked off from vision of that middle brick by the tower.
Yeah, she could shoot that wedge anytime she wants now.
You are correct.
No, the wedge, not the brick.
Oh, I see. You mean the inside wedge for the Snake.
Yeah. Now that we're not playing anymore.
Rojas overextends a little bit.
There is an absolute wicked bounce shot from this wedge off of the center juice box into that Snake side wedge. It is unhideable. It comes in about 3-4 inches off of the bunker.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
All right, well, trade off there by Rojas. That's a fine trade because they're already up bodies, and they're ready to close it out. Just a threat of being shot by your own player.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah. I heard on field, we heard one of the players yell to the other, chill out.
Hey, guys, you won. Relax. We're all cool. Is she wearing a head cam? I think one of the is that a Blanco? Or is that just a patch on her?
No. All right. Well, assuming this is clean, Suricatos are going to tie it up 1-1. About 11.5 on the clock. There it is. Clean hang. So good work with Suricatos. Really convincing win, actually, on that one.
It's a 1-1 there.
Thanks again to all of our sponsors. They're really the ones that make this possible. You're watching this at home for free because of companies like these managing to help prop us up and put us in the air so you can watch some paintball from the comfort of your own home.
We're literally being propped up in the air right now.
Yeah, we've got the sky deck tower. I don't know. We're trying to come up with a name for this thing. We've got elevation for the webcast booth. Allows us to feel superior to everybody walking around on the ground like mere mortals.
Well, it's nice and breezy up here.
Yeah, that's true.
We have our own shade now.
Mostly, I've been inviting the largest possible guests to block out the sun for me, but now we switch over to a little bit of shade, so not an issue.
This is better than when we're ground level.
Yeah.
You can see a lot more.
Yeah, rubbing elbows
All
with
right,
the commoners.
Femmes on our right. 5 on the left.
5, a relatively conservative breakout. They
And
do
Femme Fatale going snake on the break, getting shot. So we are effectively not quite mirrored up. Dallas 5 in the snake side wedge now.
5 alive. Dow is still stuck, doubled up at home. Oh, now into the snake.
Yeah, letting Tejada again just cycle out.
She makes these really wide looping runs into the snake that shouldn't work, but she's done it consistently. I think she's only gotten caught a couple times this weekend.
Well, it's interesting that it looked like Femme Fatale was looking for that in the first point.
And they caught her.
And they caught her, and this point they just didn't.
Yeah, because you just skirted
Because they're
right.
they're still in the brick.
Yeah, it shouldn't have worked. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing how often she does it, and it works.
And they're going to go get her.
There's a bunker.
Oh, she's looking the other way.
Oh, so it's clean. But there's still going to end up being a trade because she gets picked up.
Yeah,
5-player gets picked up by back players.
Is that Tammy Adamson? Looks like. Yes, it is.
Yep.
So they went to the brick on the break, but looked the other way, which is why Tejada was able to swing that out.
Oh.
If they fill it.
Tejada was looking a little bit too into the middle of the field. She misses the move up the brick. Somebody didn't. Sereno probably got that run up the middle.
Was she talking to us or the ref? Oh.
Tejada walks right into a gun on the Dorito side.
Landmines aplenty out there. And oh my gosh.
Wow.
Femme Fatale?
Are we in a 1-on-1?
I think we're a 1-on-0.
No,
It's 1-on-1. There is a Dorito. There is a Dorito.
Yeah, Dorito 3 to Dorito 2.
Neither of them know where they're at. We're going to see each other right here.
This is Roxy trying to finish it out. Still cleaning the Dorito over there.
Oh.
Provide.
I heard something. Yeah,
that's it.
Roxy getting the shot in on the Dorito, which I couldn't tell you who that is.
She's going to win on 1-on-1. Congratulations, Roxy. Good work.
Yeah, that was great shot. Way to add pressure. I really like the move up into this particular Dorito where she got the shot from because you can see both sides there. If you're too far up, the wedge is going to stop you from seeing the opposition push down into the other, and you might get caught off guard now.
Right.
So I like the ability to see both sides of the bunker and then readjust if a move is made. But becoming blind to the move might get a little sketchy.
Yeah, a little risky. That was an example of what I've been seeing all week on this layout, and that is at a good point of that game, Dallas 5 looked like they were comfortably in control, and we thought they were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen crossing the 50 here, especially on the Doritos, is real dangerous, and I've just watched so many bodies die on late game pushes, and then the game get flipped on its side. So that's exactly what just happened. Vibe was in control of that, tried to push, and just got blown up. Heroines on your left, 1-1.
Oh, and
Wow.
2 players dying on the break.
5 alive for Heroines.
Suricatos. And the Dorito side temple also got bounced on the break.
So lucky it wasn't 3. However,
We're very fortunate. Oh,
no, it got worse. It just got worse.
I would blow the horn right now.
Towel out of it.
That is 4 body.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
There's your towel out. Wow. Heroines just blew them up on that breakout shooting.
They for sure hit 3 bodies on the break.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And
So
they might have hit, well, somebody went in the snake, got a minor. They might have hit, yeah. They might have hit 4. And
They
then
might have hit 4.
Wow.
So that's excellent off the break shooting there.
That's ridiculous.
That's easier than just, putting. Should do that every time.
All right, thanks to Hornets Nest Extreme in New York. Their field is sponsoring this broadcast. Check them out. They have some tournaments coming up, including 3-man and 10-man mech. Love me some 10-man mech.
I haven't seen you out at ICPLs yet.
Nah, my team is playing regional up in New England right now and having a good time at it. We've talked about it. We might go. Do you want to get me started on ranting about 10-man mech? Have you heard this rant?
I haven't heard this rant,
What
no.
are we doing pretending that mechanical is any slower than electronic?
Well, I never thought that it was meant to be slower.
It was originally. Originally supposed to be guys with autocockers and automatics
Well, let's
getting back
put
on
a
the field.
pin in this real quick. Oh, and on the break, or maybe Tejada left early? I don't know, but losing to Hada on the break
Big
for
loss.
Dallas 5, that is. So
Femmes clean, 5 in. Casey Herb here in the snake. We got 2 at home. Oh, 1 at home.
that home gets small.
Yeah, you can't stay in a two bodies doubled up in it. Casey doing the sneaky crawl into the snake Dorito. So you got Femmes up the middle of the brick. Snake Dorito, home. Dorito corner.
So Dallas 5 losing their center player.
That's likely Sereno.
They're playing the snakeside wedge now cross. So I believe Suricatos have 3 players left. Against 4, maybe 5 for Femmes Fatale.
We are looking at 4 Femmes. They got 1 up in the Dorito 2. Middle brick. Casey Herb here
Nope,
in the
there's
snake
5.
Dorito.
Nope, 1, 2, 3, nope, 4, you're right.
Yep.
And losing another body for Suricatos. Or, excuse me, Dallas 5.
Femmes now into the D3. The noose is tightening here.
This is, yeah, like, I'm considering blowing the horn right now, but also that would put us down 3-0.
Yeah, although there's a lot of time, you got to show me something that tells me you're going to win some points. Again, maybe on this layout, as a coach, I might be willing to risk letting him play it out because I've seen a lot of sloppy closes end up getting flipped on its head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Femmes are about ready to go close it out unless they're going to try to grind the clock. This is pretty early to go into clock grind mode.
Tell that to the pros.
Am I having a stroke? Is any side of my face sagging, Dan?
Do you want to really visit that?
What did we just say? So there we go. Femmes try to push down the snake side of the other team and get blown up. There's 1 kill.
All right, so we're now 3 on 2. So this is, I think, why the pro.
Ooh, their home player for Femmes might have gotten away lucky there. I think she took a bounce off the right arm.
I think this is why the pros do really go into clock kill mode the second they're up 1 point.
Yeah.
Or are about to win the first point. Is that it's actually pretty difficult to close well on this field.
Yep.
So you get up bodies and you just outweight the other team and you go for the guaranteed 1 point.
Yep.
And you say, okay, this field is very difficult to push well.
You know, it goes along with that. I've seen a lot of players run out of paint on this field, which again indicates that it can be a long, grindy field. So Casey Herb here at the wedge on the snake side.
Yeah, but
that is the last safe bunker for her. If she tries to move forward to that Dorito, that's where we tend to see players just dying.
Right. So right now, the Dallas 5 player is in the Dorito 2. The Dorito 2 over here is an absolute fortress, and they can see across the entire field that way. If the Femme Fatale player tries to go past the Dorito 2 into the Dorito 3, she's going to see it. If she's shooting it, she will shoot them. So
there it is. She moved past D1 into D2.
So now they can see each other. So I'd like to see the Vibe player throw some paint over there to keep her honest.
Yep.
Just, ball here, ball there,
a little bit.
ball here, ball there. Maybe get lucky and catch and kill.
Right.
But let her know that,
well, there's another Vibe player
the now she should get run down.
And there it is.
Okay.
There's the horn.
In as far as a defensive position to goes, I really, really like the Dorito 2. Just you have great vision. It's very difficult to push into it anywhere not the wire. And so if you have a person upfield in maybe the center juice box or the center brick or the snake side wedge, and you can cross from there, all of a sudden it's an all stop.
Yeah, it'll just shut it down.
It is very, very difficult to push into the the Dorito 2 plus a couple other spots.
Yeah, from the Dorito 2, there's multiple bumps that you can catch just by setting your gun up.
And you can see them all at the same time.
Yeah, yep, exactly. All right, Suricatos down by 1 point. Tons and tons of time on the clock. That's 11 minutes.
Suricatos going to this. Both teams going to the center brick.
Lopez up the middle.
Nobody's going to cross. She is going to cross.
Launch.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh, and she's not protected.
No, she's on her own out there. You're
she
right.
is. Without that temple playing,
right.
there it is. Oh, she missed. She tried to come through. There it is. Yeah, if you're going to do that, you have to set up protection.
All right, but Bianca, I think, maybe cleaned that up for Lopez.
She
Lopez
did.
is going to take the walk. Bianca for Suricatos cleans up that middle brick. So 4-on-4. Fizz looking cross at the Snake. Snake gets a check for Heroines. They are live.
Heroines are in the Snake 2, the Snake can, the Dorito 1, and the home still. So the home doesn't really have any pressure on her just based on where I see the gun set up. So she should be looking to get forward here.
Bianca
She's shooting at Bianca, but doesn't really need to because there's a Snake 2. But Snake 2's probing for shots. And she doesn't have really great shots from that spot into where the Suricatos are currently set up. So she's not going to find much.
I think Bianca Fizz might be looking to make that bump.
Yeah, she's going to look to engage with the home here and try to get forward one more spot. So that's really the biggest thorn in her side right now is going to be the home bunker.
Oh, Suricatos going to lose their mini tempo over there on the Dorito side. Got clipped on the pack.
So that came from the Dorito 2.
I believe you're right. So Suricatos home. They got one in this Snake Dorito and the inside Snake Wedge.
Yeah, and the Heroines Dorito 2 players doing the right thing. Just set up cross, nice and tight. Just you can see in this view here, the panorama that you have from that spot.
Mm-hmm. I think Bianca, I think, wants to move forward. I'm seeing the antsy feet. Good communication right next to her teammate.
Yeah, I still think that the Heroines player should be mostly cross field here. She's waiting on a gunfight.
Heroines choose to move up to the wedge over on their Snake side.
Which is fine.
Well, if Bianca attempts to make this move, she's going to get chopped.
Yes, and now with them in that opposing side, shooting a bounce shot, you don't see that very often in the women's division.
So now we have 2 players remaining for Suricatos. Inside Snake Wedge and this Snake Dorito.
Oh, and Heroines moving on to their side of the field and blowing the towel.
Suricatos have seen enough. They're going to towel out of that one, go to 3-1 deficit.
Is that one of the Blanco sisters over there?
For the Heroines, it may be. If it was number 33, I think it was.
Let's see. It's tough to read their numbers on the...
From that distance.
Yeah. Number 7. Bracco.
All right, Femmes with a 3-0 lead, 6.5 on the clock. That is enough for a comeback for Dallas Vibe, but right now they're 0-3 on this one. They got to come up with something. They've already used their tricky, sneaky play, a middle run and then dive and crawl, and it didn't work out.
Curious what they do with Tejada here.
Tejada's got to get in there live. That's a big, big one.
Tejada goes. Does get in.
Yep. All right, both teams send players up the middle of the center bricks.
They're not. There's no paint in the air coming at Tejada right now. Oarsman in the center brick. Is that Tejada? Maybe is that Tejada in the can?
I'm gonna guess that is Sereno.
Sereno went to Snake on the break.
Oh,
Tejada.
okay. They're
So they switched the script. Vibe's in a great spot here right now. They've got 3 players moving forward. They're cycling outside.
Yeah.
They are in a great. The moves they're making are just slowly
leapfrogging,
making them stronger and stronger and stronger.
As long as they don't lose their mini tempo over on the Dorito side.
Exactly.
Because she is now on an island. She's all on her own. There's nobody to swing over there and back her up if something goes wrong.
And Femmes losing a player out of the center.
That was Lizette Barnes, who'll be joining us on the webcast later today.
Mm-hmm.
Push up the middle. Did she go through a gun?
She didn't.
Okay.
Serena was busy dealing with the home rather than watching a zone. She does shoot the home, so great job.
Yep.
But, the free kill from just the center player moving up the center. Oh, is Baird?
Baird's getting a check.
Oh, here we go. Something's coming through.
Korsman's going to try to bunker.
Korsman gets her clean.
Was there anything there? Yeah, there it is. She
Yeah.
got it clean. Kept going.
So great move. Didn't have a what do I do after I get this person clean?
I've had those moments. I'm like, wow.
Oh, I absolutely
I
have.
bunkered him clean. I have no secondary plan to this.
This went better than the dog who catches the car.
Yeah.
What do I do?
What do I do now? I guess I die now. All right, good closeout by Vibe.
Yeah.
They needed that. Crawled back into this game.
I really like the movement Vibe had there, where they made their primaries,
I
and then
agree.
it was one player here, then the next player fills behind them, and then they take one more, and the next player fills that spot. And
Yeah.
then it was just, it's this, not necessarily a leapfrog,
You're right.
but like an inchworm ladder of just, we're taking more and more and more ground when the pressure allows us to. And it's not fun paintball, but it's winning paintball.
I think I was
and
very.
winning is fun.
I thought it looked really good, clean, controlled. It looks like it was all planned. None of it was a scramble.
I mean, minus the run through.
Well, the run through, yeah, that was just an opportunity taken. You have an opportunity to reach out for Paintball for Purpose. If you have any issues in your life that you need to talk to somebody about, they are here to help. Thank you to Tammy Adamson and Paintball for Purpose. All right, Suricatos on your right. They're down by 2 points. 8 on the clock. That's plenty of time.
Let's see what they bring to the table here. Looks like they're going to be running the center brick.
I think we're going to go gun heavy for Heroines, sure enough. No kills, however.
And Suricatos losing their center runner on the break.
Yeah, I think that's Lopez going to take a walk.
They do make the snake 3 quickly. So Rojas also in the snake 3. And she just absolutely eats one of the home players alive.
However, she's going to lose her teammate.
Yep.
Actually, 2 of her teammates are going to take a walk at the same time.
Whoever's on the Suricatos in the snake 3 shooting 2 bodies.
Pulled Katie Kelly out of that inside brick, inside wedge. Ref running in to check home now.
So it's now a 3-on-4. Oh, and the Suricatos have crossed.
Suricatos need to play tight in
And
that D3.
Rojas knows.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if she's telling her teammates.
She doesn't have, oh, there you go, got the kill. That's what we talked about. It's so hard to cross the 50 into these Doritos. Rojas going to cross herself. She's not aware that that player already died.
Yeah, I heard the home player for Heroin say kill the Dorito. Rojas doing a good job now of talking to her teammates and just letting them know what's going on.
Yeah, that constrictor tightened up enough that the coach for Suricatos just said, we're bailing out of this one. There's no point. All right, unfortunately, Suricatos now in an awful point situation. They're down 5-1. They're a point away from getting mercied. Well, let's see where we're standing for the day, for the weekend, actually. So Heroines already up 2-0. They're on the weekend. They're closing in on a 3-0 here, which will put them completely locked into the playoffs. Suricatos 1-1. A loss here make it extremely difficult to get into the playoffs. Femmes 1-1. Dallas 5 2-0. Femmes have the control of this one.
That'll make that bracket a little spicy.
Yeah, it'll make it a very tight bracket.
Fatale on our left. Vibe on the right. This one might come down to breakout. See who wins the breakout.
So light guns for Femmes. They choose to do mostly running. 5 alive.
And 5 alive for Dallas Vibe as well. Vibe to the snake on the break. 2 at home still. Center brick. And I couldn't quite tell where the body went on the Dorito side. So it looks like they're running the same line, same play.
This is Dallas Witt right here in the snake Dorito. Looking cross. Dallas 5 responds by getting into the mini temple on the Dorito side.
Oh, a Femme player just got bounced in the arm.
Oof.
Oh.
That might be a gift from the heat gods because paint's going to start getting bouncy at this time of day.
Time to break out our portable air conditioners. There are teams that have them.
Oh, yeah, to keep the paint cool specifically?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Femmes spread out to that Dorito corner.
Okay, so we are now 5 on 4, 5 on 3.
Lizette and Tammy taking a walk at the same time.
5 on 2.
Oh, they lost it.
Wainwright's
Dorito.
going to make a move. Oh,
Oh, runs right into a gun. Actually, that's a trade.
That's
gonna
a
be
trade.
Yeah. Leaving this poor home player all by herself for the Femmes.
like, I agree with not blowing the horn.
Yeah, kill the clock.
Just because of the clock situation.
But she's in for a world of hurt. She's taking one for the team here in a second.
We are paying the toll right now.
Yeah. Gotta pay that Trolls toll. Nah, let's not go there. All right, are we in a one-on-one?
No, for sure not.
How many? Yeah, you're right. 2 Dallas 5 players.
Oh my gosh.
Now
we're in a one-on-one. And the 2-on-1 still. The Dallas 5 center player has no idea what's happening.
And there's a D1 still alive for Vibe.
Yeah, it is a 2-on-1, but she's...
Nope. 3-on-1. So D3, middle brick, and D1 all alive for Vibe. Femmes are killing a lot of time here, though.
Yeah, 2 minutes. So almost a full extra minute off the clock now in a 4-on-1, apparently.
That was a great stand by the last Femmes player at home to kill that much clock.
Yeah, a full minute.
So Vibe...
4-on-1.
Vibe's going to win this point. They're going to about 2 minutes to pull out another point, which is very doable. 2 minutes is not an impossible situation, but it sure would have been better to have 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, on this layout, you could lock down a 2-minute point. That's not that hard to do. All right, Suricatos rolling back on the field in a tough situation. 1-4. They do have 7 minutes to work with.
The downside here is with the other game going short on time, we are going to be in 2-minute breaks, which sounds better than 1-minute breaks, but I promise you it is not.
Yeah, because you don't get a game in between those breaks.
The other one is 1 minute plus the other team's points, which
Right.
is on this field like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So really it's closer to like 7-man or 10-man where you play a point, wait around a little while, play another point.
All right, thanks to one of our sponsors, No Hope Photos. Go check them out. All right, Suricatos breakout. 2 at home. They're going to lose their player up the middle. I think it's probably Lopez taking a walk.
Heroines 5 alive.
All right, Suricatos at least spread out from home. 4 alive for Suricatos.
And Suricatos, Heroines losing a home player, but they are in Snake 3 and the Snake Wedge. And Heroines losing their home player. She tries to bump out and stem some of the bleeding for this Dorito side.
All right,
So
Suricatos.
Suricatos are in control here.
I never want to feel like I'm in control against the Heroines. That's when they turn it on you.
Is she shooting? No, she's not.
She's crossing. She's just giving herself her own cover fire, so she can make that bump.
But again, nobody out here shooting it.
We're going to drop a body through the middle for Suricatos.
I like where the Suricatos are on the field, though, with the Dorito 2 and this snake side wedge. She's going to be able to apply a ton of pressure. And the snake side wedge for Heroines does not know. Here's a free kill in her back right now. Did she get it? She missed the shot.
That's a big deal because now she's in a bad bunker trying to stay alive.
And I love the retreat there. I think that's Tejada out there. I love the retreat.
No, Tejada's on Vibe.
I'm sorry?
Tejada's on Vibe.
Ah, well,
Sorry.
she's got that same, like, hairstyle. At least it looks like it from 95 feet away.
If somebody called me Tejada, I'd take it as a compliment, so no harm done. Oh, drop back by Suricatos player to home. Doesn't work out. She gets blown up.
I don't know if I like that towel, unless it's the Heroines toweling.
That's a good question.
The Suricatos were in their Dorito 3, and nobody had any idea.
That was a wasted opportunity. I think
she had 2 backs that she was looking at.
I think the coach lost track of Eldiva. I think their coach was not aware of how far she had penetrated upfield. That's a wasted opportunity.
So, yeah, that's...
Ooh. Oh, do yourself a favor, Suricatos. Don't watch this when you get home. Skip over this.
Now, maybe she had been shot. Because, you know, we do have our shade blockers here.
Yeah,
it is very difficult to see those last 3 spots on that side of the field.
All right, this is interesting. Femmes only up by 1 point with 2 minutes on the clock. Again, you can spread. You can lock this down. It's possible.
Dallas 5 has to go. All right.
Tejada into the
5
snake.
on 5. Both teams to the center brick.
Tammy locking onto that stake. I believe that's Hadley Korsman up the middle again. Vibe's going to lose one of their home players.
Yeah, that home gets blind shots start coming in at weird angles, and
Korsman asking for a check. She's clean.
oh, and oh my God, what a bite on the Femme Fatale,
Huge.
cutting all the way around, looping all the way into the snake 3. And I don't think anybody saw her.
We're now at a minute and a half. Korsman is danger because she might be coming right out into a gun. That
I
Joyce
think
expects.
Korsman's shooting at it.
Okay, so
It looks like she's shooting at
she
it.
figured it out.
But now that the Fatales have the snake 3, now we're just looking to extend into one other spot and just absolutely close the door. If they find their way into the Dorito 2, and the snake 3 and the Dorito 2 and the brick all work together, it's near impossible to move forward on this field.
All right, Chloe Cerrito, here's the 60 seconds. She's going to move forward with Dorito. She should keep going. If she's not taking any fire, she should just go. Go to the next.
There is a center brick, and I can't see where they're looking.
We're under 60 seconds. It's just time to start taking
Oh, no,
risks.
there's not a center brick. I thought, so she must have been shot, and I missed it.
40 seconds. Check in the middle
Center
for
juice
Femmes.
box. Clean.
Korsman's going to try to cross. She gets chopped up. She might have gotten shot by her own player. She's hitting the back. No, she traded with the
center brick.
it looks
Okay.
like Tammy. Okay, they have an opportunity here.
Cerrito.
Trying to close it out the Dorito side.
Oh my gosh. What is happening right now?
It just got very, very messy out there. Good news is
Cerrito-
no flags.
No flags. Cerrito does get shot. If she would have been looking in a couple seconds sooner, she would have seen that move from the Fatale player. Yeah, and doing the right thing here, just hold up in the Dorito 1, trusting the player in front of them, not let anybody move on her, and absolutely.
There you go. Congratulations to Femmes. By the way, on the way off the field, Tammy Adamson stopped Katie Heap from Vibe and shared a joke with her. I'm not sure about what. She was pointing out, I think she got shot in the throat. She had a good laugh about it.
That's one of those uncomfortable spots.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you don't really care.
Yeah, but usually you don't stop the other player and go, hey, you shot me in the throat. Good work. High five. All right, Suricatos in an awful situation here. Down 5-1. There's 5 minutes on the clock. This is a tough field to get 4 points in 5 minutes. This is not the layout to do it on.
Well,
you're gonna need to depend on Heroines pulling some atypical flags.
This is the read. If they're not playing the Dorito side temple cross to see the zone, you send your center player through, and what happens, happens. So they're not doing it. Nobody can see him cross right now. Does she go? Okay, she's in the corner now. She can see a sliver of it.
Heroines 5 alive. They chose for a pretty widespread conservative breakout. Home player asking for a check. She's gone.
No penalty, so that's good.
Yep, 4 players alive for Heroines. Good spread, good cross-ups.
I'm seeing 5 for the Suricatos.
Heroines are definitely in a slowdown mode. They're not trying to win this game. They're just trying to kill it. Yeah, nobody from the Heroines is prepared to move forward there, which is fine. Totally correct game plan. I got no problem with that.
Heroines asking for a check on their back. Clean. It's a really intelligent play there.
Gonna bounce out of the can into Snake 1.
Going into Snake 2. And every little bit of ground that the Heroines can take just makes it that much more difficult to move on an already difficult to move on field.
Rojas is going to stop at Snake 2, look cross, try to slow down any run-throughs. Rojas going to make her way forward to Snake Dorito.
And I feel like the Dorito player now for the Suricatos has the ball. She's really looking at 2 back players, the home and the Dorito corner, you know, the mirror. And not even the home, so Heroines losing the home.
3 alive. Again, Heroines don't have to win this. They just have to lose it in like 2 minutes. I mean, really, it's not.
It's already been 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, and a massive bite.
Huge sideways run. She's going to go trade. She probably shot a little bit too early.
No penalties assessed.
They're going to give them that as a trade.
There is a major being called, it looks like.
Oh, God. Maybe that was a penalty.
Maybe there was. I didn't see a flag go, but yeah, and Suricatos can't mercy themselves. I mean, you can.
Yeah, but what's the point? That's exactly what just happened.
Well, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've read this section of the rule book,
Well,
but there is a rule that used to say if the last player is eliminated by a major penalty, it becomes an opposing team's point.
Okay.
So if the last player was eliminated by a player's major, that could be what's happening here.
I think you might be right. The scoreboard shows 6-1 Heroines, so they're going to take that one in a mercy. On the other side of that, Femmes walk away with a win for themselves. And that is going to do it for this particular round of WNXL action. Dan, thoughts?
Watching the women's awesome.
Yeah.
It can be chaotic in the best way possible. Like watching the men's pro is, frankly, it's kind of boring.
Stultifying?
Yeah,
Is it too big of a word?
I don't know if you've ever watched really, really high-end chess with people that are way smarter than you.
Much smarter than me. That's what's
and
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've said this for a long time. If you want to watch exciting, crazy, ridiculous paintball, Division 5 is where it's at. Nobody knows what they're doing. Anyways, you're not watching that. You're sticking around to watch more WNXL. We're going to take a break for a couple minutes. We're going to come back and finish out our afternoon session of WNXL with about 3 more games. Thank you so much.